So I'll definitely basketball.
Speaking of that, Coach, can you just expand a little bit more about Mike Berry? What makes him difficult in space as far as guys not being able to tackle him one-on-one and things of that nature?
Well, he's in basketball, I would say he's probably like what a lot of people said about Ralph Sampson. He's a big guy, but he just want to shoot from outside. I would say Mike Berry is he's a wide receiver that's very athletic. So as a tight end, they don't have their best cover guy on him usually. And Mike, because his hands are supposed to be, at least in his own mind, really great, sometimes he has a tendency not to look the ball in. That's to their advantage. But if Mike does everything that he's supposed to do, he's a very tough matchup for their safety or linebacker. It's not one that will play in their favor. If Mike does what he's supposed to do, he's very athletic.
Coach, are you getting any pro scouts that are inquiring about Quentin Evans at all?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we get pro scouts in here all the time. And they like Quentin Evans. They really like Lee Doss, who has 2 years left to play, because Lee Doss is a guy that practiced hard every play. Quentin Evans, I love him, but I also have to let him know what they say about him. They like him when the ball is coming his way, and he's starting to work better now. He has to work hard all the time when the ball is not coming his way. They don't see that burst when he does not have the ball. And so he's working on those things. I think he's going to get an opportunity to play at the next level. Hopefully he'll turn some heads, and when he plays in that game, the HBCU game in Atlanta, and you never know, he might get a shot to play in another bowl game. But I think Samoan will definitely give it an opportunity because of his size and his speed.
Coach, can you talk about JP's development over the last couple of games, especially the last one? Is this what you want to see from him?
Yes, I mean, you know, the guy has plans. He came in here with 21 hours out of high school college credits. He'll have 38 hours, and he's going to have well over a 3.7 GPA. He wants to be a doctor. He's taking all kind of foreign languages in high school. So he loves it. Football, I would say the one thing about him, it's not high school. You know, you got to be a little more energetic. You don't have until the next 2 days to get it. You got to try to get it now. And it's different now, because when we practice red zone for the most part, we practice that one day. We practice that on Thursdays, what we're going to run in the red zone. That's what we practice. So it's not like he has that red zone package all week long, but they have to try to grasp it, the formations, everything, and then go out on Saturday and make it happen. But he's a guy that can do it.
Do you allow them to call audibles? I mean, can they change the play at the line?
Absolutely. Yeah. We haven't done a whole lot of that. The last couple of weeks we have, and they've made some good adjustments.
You talk about his academic maturity, I guess, but on the field, what have you seen in his starts, I guess, in the seasoning that he's getting in game time play that, you know, lends confidence in him?
Well, I had confidence in him because I've coached a young man for probably about 5 or 6 years. When I was doing my football camps, he used to come to my football camps. Last year was the first year he didn't come to a football camp that I had because I couldn't have one once I became a college coach. I used to go back to my hometown or Atlanta, wherever the case may be, when I was coaching in the pros and do my own football camps. So he's familiar with me. I'm familiar with him. He's not so familiar with me the way I am now, because it's a whole different ballgame. Coaching him at my camp, nobody's trying to fire me. I'm the head guy. But right here, it's a big deal. You got to try to win. And so I'm a little more intense on Tuesday through Friday, but I try to be those guys' friends on Saturday. I like to see him and Dre both have a little more excitement when they do some things and expect to be successful. Don't expect failure. Expect to be successful. It should be a surprise when you fail if you prepare.
is he more reliable, or maybe doesn't get rattled as much now that he's got more snaps under his belt there?
I would say so. I would definitely say so, and that was the reason that I wanted him to play somewhat. Dre played last year. That was not planned, but he came in and had to play, and I thought Dre did a great job last year, and there's no question he was my starter going into the season.
Did y'all see something on game film with their DBs that y'all were trying the long ball as much as you were the first 3 or 4 possessions of the game? Because it seemed like he was looking downfield a lot, and he hit 3 for 3 touchdowns.
Well, we called more shots early on because we had to win to our backs. Going into the ball game, it was not to have JP have a lot of pressure on him. I really wanted to run the ball and throw the ball sparingly, and I think we're doing that. I think we're a lot more balanced right now because we have developed a running game, and it's easy to be that way. Early on, we were running, and we were ending up 2nd and 12 or 15. But right now, with the addition of Zach Brown and DJ Glover anchoring the guard spots, they've afforded us bigger bodies and the opportunity to get 2, 3, 4, 15-yard runs. So it's been good. And also the addition of having Mike Berry sitting there as a blocking tight end, not just a guy that's going out for passes all the time. We may not get everything we want with him blocking, but at least they can't say they won't run it with him in there.
Coach, can you talk about what's left on the schedule? You're at 500, and what a win like this over Texas Southern will do for your team?
Well, it'll put us our overall record 1 from being 500. It will be the first time we've won 2 games in a row. My 2 years here. It will still give us an opportunity to know that we can finish above 500, and that's a tall challenge, starting with these guys, and then next week Alabama State. But right now we're focusing on winning the next game. We're still in contention for winning the West, and that was our primary goal going into this thing, winning the West, and of course having the opportunity, because of the schedule that we had, to be considered for Black College National Champions. With the way football has gone throughout black colleges, had we taken care of business, even by 1 point, we would have had to be considered to be in that position. I think it will be someone in that position from the SWAC. I really do. Because South Carolina State record isn't what they thought it was going to be. Bethune-Cookman record isn't what they thought it was going to be. And I think you're going to have Alabama A&M, Alabama State, or Jackson State that may only have a loss or 2.